Okay then, so let's take a look at this list. Now, as I've previously said, this list is not a way to use them when speaking, it's just a memory tool when you're studying them and practicing them. And as with everything, can I stress that you say them and you get them in your mouth. So first things first to remember is if we're looking at verbs which end in an A sound, ER, the past word, your 1, 2, 3, is always going to be A. Exactly the same pronunciation and written with an E and the acute the accent going bottom left to top right. So, in a normal verb, manger, to eat, I ate, j'ai mangé. Your third word will sound absolutely identical, okay? So the same thing is going to happen here. So let's quickly look at the list of the ones we can pretty much work out now. We don't need to be worrying about the past any more than we would with a normal verb. So, going down the list, we have monter. Think of to mount, to go up. Monter. Okay, so I went up. Je suis monté. Okay, je suis monté. Il est monté. Now remember, this is about taking yourself up. If I put up some photographs, j'ai monté les photos sur Facebook. I put the photographs on Facebook. Or I went up the stairs. Now, even though your body is actually travelling up the stairs, you're actually going up the stairs in terms of language. This is a transitive verb. There's something on the end of this sentence. There's an object. So this would be j'ai monté l'escalier for those of you who are revising for A-level. So, and that might be a nice idea in a sentence for you to say, I went up the stairs, and it would demonstrate that you get the difference. But that is by the by. That's a little note on monter. So he went up, give me your 1, 2, 3, il est monté, okay? Next up, then we have rentrer. So rentrer, we need to look at entrer, okay? Which is a word you probably know from food, okay? To enter, okay? Now we are adding an R before this word, which in French you will commonly see an RE or an R if the word begins with a vowel. So for example, later on we have tourner, retourner, to return, okay? So rentrer is to kind of re-enter, come back. Now we have 3 comeback verbs, okay? We have revenir, retourner, and we have rentrer. And for the moment, without complicating things too much, I'd like you to reserve rentrer for the verb for when you go home, for when you go back to where you came from, okay? So I went out. Yep, je suis sorti, I went home, je suis rentré. And I will do you another video where we talk about the subtleties of return at a different point. So we've got rentré, so if I came back, like I've just said, I came back, it's going to be 3 because it's the action tense, person, verb to be or have, and the past. We're in the be set, okay? So the verb is rentrer, so je suis rentré, tu es rentré. Good. Passé. Okay, now passé, as you can probably work out all by yourselves, is to pass. Now, quick note on passé. Passé also exists with have. I passed the weekend, I passed 3 days in French, I spent 3 days, okay? So we have a different word in French for if you spend time. You passed those 3 days with somebody. So I spent 3 days, j'ai passé 3 jours, okay? I passed in front of the shop. Je suis passé. Okay, so this is again a movement one, so be very careful with passé, but a nice easy verb to conjugate. So, okay then, so we passed, whatever. Nous, so I need my 3, I need the verb to be. What we have, nous, pardon me, we are, nous sommes passés, nous sommes passés. Now, carrying on quickly, we've got arriver, and arriver, like aller, are 2 verbs which both start with an open mouth. I don't want you to be thinking about them starting with a vowel because a vowel involves a written concept, okay? It involves you reading the word. So just think your mouth is going to start open. Arriver, aller, okay? There is another video on pronunciation and liaison, the links on how to do this in French, but basically this is a technique that you can get used to pretty quickly. So look for the video on the dinner table, look for the video where I talk about how to do the links and how to work them out without reading. So he went, he arrived. We've got 2 different verbs here, they're both very easy to remember. We've done aller. So aller, as crazy, let's look at aller, as crazy as this verb is in other places, it's still a basic A verb, which means when we stick it in the 1, 2, 3, the last word will be A, okay? Aller, je suis allé or je suis allé? Because let's have a look. Now, I have written the masculine form of this sentence. In a moment I will talk to you about what we do when we have a female using these sentences. Okay, so, but notice, je suis, let me dot my I, pardon me. So, je suis allé, je suis allé. Now look what letter we have after the S. As you know, we don't pronounce a word, so this on its own would be je suis allé. We've now got a vowel after our S. Je suis allé. Okay? Je suis arrivé. So give me he arrived. So he arrived, the verb is arrivé, it's one of the movement verbs. So I'm going to need be in the middle. He is, il est arrivé, il est arrivé. Okay? Because of the T, and I'm going to show you why in another video. I don't want you to be reading too much right now. So, next up we have entrer, we've talked about, to enter. Tomber is to fall. Now this might seem crazy, but we'll remember this one very easily. Timber is when a tree falls down, okay, that might help you. There's a T, there's an M, there's a B. A tomb, okay, if you were to fall to your death, I apologise if anybody knows anybody that's had that horrible experience, but so tomber is to fall, tomber. So I fell, action, I'm going to need 1, 2, 3, yeah? Even if it's I fell, not I have fallen, like I say, I'm going to need 3 in the action, person, verb in the middle, auxiliary, end word. So if it's tomber, je suis tombé. He fell, give me the verb to be, il est tombé. Good. So, after this now, then let's look at our other verbs and how they would work in the past. So, venir, first of all, is to come. And if you watch the verb on the video rather on venir, you will see that there's a change going on in the present tense. To quickly remind you, je viens, tu viens, il vient, nous venons, vous venez, ils viennent. But for right now, you're probably thinking, ir. I've come across irs, they're fine. Finir in the past will be fini, yeah, or servir in the past will be servi, yeah, I have finished, j'ai fini. Choisir in the past will be choisi. You're thinking, well, I've seen this video and I'm going to just drop the R. And for the most part, not all of them, for the most part you do see this with the IR verb. But with this verb it's going to be venu. Okay, so can I ask you to notice, venu is the past word, and 1, 2, 3 will be venu. Can I ask you to notice we are not saying venu, we are not saying venu, we do not have the accent, we are saying our adolescent venu, okay? So there's your past word, so automatically then, I came, bom bom bom, je suis venu, okay? Il est venu. So if you've got venu from venir, we can straight away work out what devenir and revenir are going to become. And devenir is to become. If you look at the word, it's of come. What became of that boy you went to school with? What became? To of come, become. Okay? So devenir is going to become devenu. So he became